So we've talked about the golf swing by definition as being a circle performed around a steady post, and we do it on an inclined plane. That allows us to get back to the ground, to the ball. And I'm often asked about where in the golf swing does the power come from? Well, I think Homer Kelly probably defined it the best, and he said it was in terms of 4 power accumulators in the golf swing. So I'm just going to identify them for you, and then if you'd like to pursue it further, you can certainly stop out and see me and I'll go into it in more depth. But basically the 4 power accumulators are: number 1 is the right arm in the golf swing, and if you remember at the top of your backswing, your right arm is probably going to be just probably in a 90-degree angle, and as you rotate down into your downswing, that right arm goes from this position into what is called, he calls alignment, which is a good term for it because everything has to be in alignment to get the most power out of the swing. It goes from 90 degrees and it releases to this position here, which is where impact would be. That's accumulator number 1. Accumulator number 2 would be how the wrists work in the golf swing, and the wrists work from this position. This is a cocked position here at the top of the backswing, and as we come into the downswing, power accumulator number 1, remember the right arm, releases, and power accumulator number 2 would be the wrist releasing here. That's a tremendous power source there if you think of it in terms of the force that you could put on that golf club with those wrists. Now, one more power accumulator in the wrist would be the power accumulator that the left wrist applies, and that is as this power accumulator number 1 releases, power accumulator number 2 releases, and then power accumulator number 3 would bring that face from this position square to the ball. So this left wrist turns this way. So as the wrists release here and power accumulator number 3 kicks in, that squares the face. And basically power accumulator number 4 is the position where your left arm, probably bicep to pec is probably a good way to define it. As we rotate and the head is following, we're turning in the circle, and everything is following the center of the circle, and the centrifugal force that's being applied as we are rotating and the power accumulators start to let go, there's a tremendous amount of pressure that's put between the chest and this arm, which allows you to apply a tremendous amount of force down to the head of that club when you get to impact. So as we turn through it, we can apply all the power accumulators right to the back of the ball. Sounds a little bit confusing when you first start talking about it, but as you start to work it into your golf swing, you'll realize just how much power is there if you apply it properly and back into what's called alignment. If you'd like to know more about it, stop out and see me sometime. I'd love to go through it with you. Thank you.